Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital recently received the Magnet Designation from the American Nurses Credentialing Center. And joining us to talk about this massive accomplishment happening at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital is their Chief Nursing Officer, Stefanie Newman, on the Splash Live. Stefanie, thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you on to talk about this momentous occasion at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital. We had you on in recent months to talk about the pursuit of the Magnet Designation. And now that you've reached that point, you've hit that pinnacle, what does this mean for not only you as the Chief Nursing Officer, but for your nursing staff in particular at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital?
Well, it means a lot. It really shines a light on what we were already doing here at Henry Ford West Bloomfield. This is a recognition of things already accomplished in our organization. So it's very, very important to our nurses. It means that the hospital supports nurses in their professional and educational pursuits. It means that patients will receive the very best care from the very best nurses here at Henry Ford West Bloomfield.
And take us through a little bit of the process to get to this point. You mentioned this back when we had you on in February, but this wasn't an easy task. This wasn't something that just quickly happened from having the ANCC come in and see the great service being provided at Henry Ford West Bloomfield. What work went into obtaining this credentialing?
This is actually 4 years of work for us, and about 85 different stories is what they call them, explaining different aspects of the Magnet criteria. You spend a lot of time talking about quality and safety of our patients, and we had to provide examples of all the quality initiatives and safety initiatives that we do. We had to provide examples of leadership in the organization and nurses being empowered, nurses having the ability to speak to people, nurses at the highest level of the organization, nurses expressing concerns about patient care or about their own well-being. All of those things went into this document, and we had 4 years of data and information to gather and put together in a large document. Our writers, starting with Wilfred Allen, who is our director for the Magnet program here, worked for about a year and a half writing these stories for us, really bringing to life on paper what we had already done from a quality, safety, and nursing support perspective. We turned in our document last April, April 1st to be exact. We heard back from them in July, which is not uncommon. They wanted more information on about 20 of our stories. We resubmitted that documentation in October. They gave us a few months to get that together. We heard from them in December that we would have a visit in February, end of February, beginning of March. We've been waiting since March 1st when they left to hear back from them, and we heard from them on April 22nd. So it was rather quick and exciting for our team. This is the first time we've been designated as a Magnet organization. Our sister hospitals, we have 2 that have already been designated and have started on their redesignation. So it really is an honor. And it really speaks a lot to how we care for patients here in our organization and how we care for our nurses and how we support them in their endeavor to grow professionally and develop professionally.
And that's a really good point too, Stefanie, because not only is it important for our nurses to be successful in taking care of our patients and provide them with the best care possible, that ultimately does, in many ways and ways, shapes, and forms, come back to the hospital system and the nursing staff from an executive level, from an organizational level, supporting them and providing them the resources to provide this sort of care to these patients. So now, how is that manifested from your side of things as a chief nursing officer and with the president of Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital and across Henry Ford Health to facilitate the ability for our nurses at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital to achieve this a significant achievement being a magnet hospital.
You know, what it does is it also attracts nurses who have that greater potential to our organization. And for those who just need support and a leg up, Henry Ford Hospital does that. We pay tuition reimbursement. We have sign-on bonuses. We have opportunities for them to grow and develop professionally. And we have all types of care. It is a wonderful thing for our nurses to be able to come here and go to work and have an employer that really does value them for what they bring to the table, and that is 24/7 care for all of our patients.
We're joined by Stefanie Roberts-Newman. She is the Chief Nursing Officer at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, a big accomplishment for them recently, receiving their magnet designation for the American Nurses Credentialing Center, or ANCC. And this is not just a big accomplishment, it is a unique accomplishment. You mentioned that two of your sister hospitals within the Henry Ford Health System also have this designation or are pursuing redesignation. But Shana Johnson, the president of Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, in the press release announcing this, mentioned less than 10% of hospitals that pursue this or have the chance to pursue this end up getting that designation. What does that ultimately say, Stefanie, about the quality of care, the resources, and the teamwork that goes in to providing the utmost of nursing care at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital?
It speaks a lot to it. When you think about the number of hospitals that we have in the United States, and this is an international honor, it's less than 10% of about 10,000 hospitals worldwide. It says a lot about Henry Ford Health. It says that they're very supportive of their nurses and that they have the very best nurses working in their organization in this particular area. So it speaks volumes to our nursing care. It speaks volumes to our employer, Henry Ford Health.
Now, this is a high designation for nursing, as you mentioned, both nationally and internationally. But it's not just an honor. It's not just a feather you can put in your cap in the nursing department at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital or across this health system. There are statistics behind this. There is data that shows that hospitals that are able to achieve this designation do have significantly better outcomes with their patients. What does that show? Ultimately, why was this such an important designation to pursue for your team?
Well, again, it recognizes work that has already been done. So it really shines a light on the fact that we have high quality standards. Our mortality and morbidity rates are lower than most hospitals in this country. It speaks to how we care for patients and the type of care that we provide. We can't do that in nursing without our physicians, respiratory therapists, physical therapy, occupational therapy, our EVS teams, our food nutrition teams. All of those things are foundational and needed to be able to care for our patients here at Henry Ford. So it really does speak to a team effort, but it is the highest designation and honor for a division of nursing to have.
You can learn more information about the magnet designation on Henry Ford Health on Facebook or henryford.com. Again, that's Henry Ford Health on Facebook. They just recently posted about the hospital receiving its magnet designation, a big celebration and a very due celebration at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital. When you're over there, whether you're visiting a patient, maybe you're in there for some care yourself, thank your nurses and congratulate them on some great teamwork leading to massive success at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital. Before we let you go, Stefanie Roberts-Newman, Chief Nursing Officer at Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, is with us. Anything else you'd like to say to your staff, to the community, as you receive this massive honor?
Yeah, I would like to say next week is Nurses Week. If you all can come out to Henry Ford West Bloomfield and help us celebrate Nurses Week, we will be flying our magnet flag. There is plenty of parking in our new parking structure, so come on out and help us celebrate. We will be flying that flag on May 6th around 11 o'clock a.m.
And,
So please join us if you can.
Yeah, a great place to go out and give them your thanks and cheer them on as they celebrate a huge accomplishment for not only Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital, but for our medical community here in the greater West Bloomfield area. Stefanie, thank you so much for your time. And of course, congratulations to your team.
Thank you so much.